am a hireling and not a shepherd. One went out to gather herbs. The word herbs in the Hebrew word, and Dr. Massey, excuse me for my brutality on the Hebrew language. Ora. And it means light. They went out to gather some light. The light of joy and happiness. When the church began, the people went out with the light of the word in their hands. They were not filled, hear me closely, with the doctrines of the church system. They only knew what the word had to say. And because of this true word, they were filled with the light of joy and happiness. These true followers of Christ's teaching spread the gospel to every land. The gospel, the truth. But here we see where someone out and found a wild vine. I got away from it, but the Holy Ghost just brought it back in my remembrance. We traveled a little bit here a couple of weeks ago, and it just seems every time I do travel, there's something that I look for. Help me, Jesus. Because I do not want to sound like that I think. Let me just say this. Anybody that's preaching this truth is God sent. If they're not preaching this truth of this word, I don't know who sent them. So I'll make that statement. And if you'll understand that, you'll know where I'm going from. Or where I'm going. I was traveling and I seen this church. And it'll be a little storefront, not opposed to storefront churches. I go a half a mile down the road and I see another little church. And I'm thinking, them two churches ought to get together. Then I go a little further and I see another one. How many of you are with me this morning? Have you ever noticed that? Every corner there's a church. And I'm thinking, what's wrong? What is wrong? And from that comes all kinds of doctrines, all kinds of teaching. I am not homophobic. As a little girl told me a couple of weeks ago. But guys, listen to me. When a person claims to be a man of God and says that Jesus Christ would accept the homosexual today and his lifestyle is a false prophet, period. Now you can give a head clap or do some things, stick your nose up in there and be not offended. If you are in that lifestyle, you are going to hell unless you get saved. Period. Romans chapter 1. Period. you sign a bill, a law, that a baby can be murdered up to the day of its due date, and you call yourself a Catholic, you can call yourself a donkey, but it don't make you saved. And when you sign something that takes the life of innocent people, you are headed straight to hell. End of story. Hallelujah. They found a wild goat. Those who added the fruit of the wild vine to the great pot are those who have brought their own ideas, own precepts, their own doctrines into the church. John 15:1, where it said, these rejected the teaching of the true vine. Jesus is the true vine. When Jesus was speaking to his disciples, he revealed, I am the true vine. My Father is the husbandman. Let's continue on in 2 Kings chapter 4, 39b. It says, and gathered thereof wild gourds, his lap full, and came and spread them into the pot of pottage, for they knew them not. Now those who found the wild vine added wild gourds to the pot. These wild gourds represent the false doctrines that have crept into the church. My God, let me stir up some folks in here this morning. And one thing the Holy Ghost just jumped out on me about was this lie. Well, it's not a lie. Let me back up on something. Is this concept that's being projected where we, excuse me, Dr. Massey, I may step on your toes. I don't think I will. You may correct me after church, but not during church. Amen. Guys, I'm all for. Come here, Booters. You're a good-looking prospect this morning. Walk with me a little bit. I believe this young man can be anything he wants to be. I think he's looking at Lee University right now as a college to attend. Am I right? Want to be a music pastor? You don't have one to do? Maybe you don't know. That's okay. That's all right. When I was your age, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I think he's got a great potential. I think he's intelligent. He's a good athlete. Yeah. On state championship football team. Oh, I saw him in that championship. Got good parents. Oh yeah, got a good pedigree. Got a great future. But can I let you know a secret? You ain't nothing. David said in Psalms 8, he said, I think verse 5, he said, what is man? That thou art mindful of him, and the Son of Man that thou visitest him. I thought that's odd. What is man? So I looked it up and I checked out what is man. And I looked at all the minerals that it takes to make up the human anatomy, the human body. There's some phosphorus and just all kind of minerals, several. What kind of goop? Mainly carbon. Yeah, this is my encyclopedia here. I appreciate you being smart. Amen. But I figured it up, and you know what they said? You can sell everything in us, and it's worth 97 cents. 97 cents. You ain't even worth $1. I'm not worth it. I may have a little more in. I may be worth $1.50. But here's the mistake. Here's one of the false teachings that's going forward. And the church has swallowed it. We didn't just swallow the hook and line. We swallowed the hook, line, and the whole pole. Because we are guilty of telling our children and young people all the time, oh, you're great. You're awesome. You're wonderful. You're smart. You're intelligent. You're going to be something great when you grow up. Now, don't let me lose you. Get your pious, religious attitude. All that is wonderful and great. I tell my children and grandchildren, now great-grandchildren, those same things. But I failed, Deborah, to tell my children and grandchildren. No, I didn't fail to tell them about Jesus. But I failed in my instructions to them about education, about careers, about life, telling them how great they were and how awesome they were. I failed to tell them, here's what we need to do. Go to school, get an education, take Jesus with you. Be all you can be, but do it in Christ. Get a great education, get all the book knowledge you can get, but get the knowledge of the Word of God. Put Jesus first. Never leave him out of the equation. Dakota Chapman sent me a text, as he does every morning. And he said this: a man living in the world and being himself, when the world is trying to make him to be something else, is successful. Young people, be yourself. If you know Jesus, be a Jesus-knowing self. Don't let any professor, don't let any other student convince you that God is not real, that Jesus is not the Savior. Take your Jesus with you everywhere you go. Always put him